It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and this one features Trevor Lawrence.
Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They're led by the #1 overall pick of the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Flush to his right. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here's the Panthers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. And taken at the 46. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They'll be led out by the 7th overall pick in 2018 from Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike it.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Panthers. There he goes, right side. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 2nd and 9, Allen got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run with Patterson. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoff.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. Yeah, they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 57 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Pass interference. Defense.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. To throw, it's Allen. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Beats take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
It's Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom. end zone. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 15 carries, 57 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity, because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL. And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On first down, Lawrence. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They give to Taylor out of the gun. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Lawrence. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken at about the 14. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And they will take over 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 25 on 2nd down, Allen. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Allen to throw it. And Diggs has it. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. To the air, Allen. Has his man, it's Shakir. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
The kick by Bass is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it was 4th and 1 down in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little surprised that that's how they decided to play it, that they didn't go for it there, but sometimes just take those 3 points and put them in your pocket. I just have one question for you, partner.
Okay.
Hip pocket or back pocket?
Fielded just outside the goal line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So after the INT, it's Allen. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Ball on the 8, it's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Allen. This is caught. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Allen. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dawson Knox from 3 yards out. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So that drive, 4 plays. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard. I know everybody's going to scream at the offense. Well, let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's pulled in at the 32. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's 1 catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Third down, here's Patterson. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. The left side caught by Diggs. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Complete to Stephon Diggs. A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Brooklyn.
Back to the ground now. Patterson. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 80 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Allen off the play fake. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Howard.
Complete to O.J. Howard. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen, and his pass incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing now is Allen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it's 17-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now Allen. Another completion right back to Patterson. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. From the 31, Lawrence. That caught by Tremble. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Allen now on first down. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. From the 38, Allen. He finds his man, complete. It's Patterson. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Here's Allen on first and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Patterson. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Allen's throw complete to Shakir. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. First and 10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Throwing middle, and it's complete. From the 5 now, second and a yard. Here's Allen. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Going with their tight end on fourth. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game, because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll start at Raymond James Stadium, an NFC South matchup between New Orleans and Tampa Bay. And it's the Saints who are out in front. Josh Palmer, a touchdown reception. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Zay Jones, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they currently trail the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Mike White has thrown a touchdown pass. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
A shotgun handoff to Patterson, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 38, Allen. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A right side run with Patterson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Here's Allen to throw it. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. The kick by Bass is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. On 2nd and 9. Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. He finds Taylor, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Lawrence to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Odell Beckham, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the 1st half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will shrink to 6. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's OBJ, Odell Beckham, who ends it with a touchdown reception. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. On 1st down, Allen. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he's got one of the strongest arms in the league. Some people may say the strongest, but that can also have a downside occasionally, and here he's intercepted. Yeah, when we talk about strong arms, being able to throw it deep downfield doesn't necessarily take the strongest. It takes more of the timing type of a quarterback. And it's great to be able to take your shot, but when it hangs up there just a bit too long, you put it in jeopardy. And in this case, it was intercepted. Now Lawrence on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back. Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. From the 24, Allen. Shakir hauls it in. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Allen. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now Allen again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Bass is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So 3 points, a response there to that opening touchdown of this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
Taking it about the 1. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On second down, it's Taylor. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taken in at the 22. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. From the 35 on second down, Allen toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Straight ahead, Patterson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now Allen. He finds his man complete. That's Patterson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Tossing out right here to Patterson. And he stopped immediately there. This offense so far on 3rd down, they're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run with Patterson. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 98 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll take this one down near the 15.
Holding. Offense.
What's the deal, y'all?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw, it's Allen. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 9-yard line.
Patterson running between the tackles. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And it's caught. Touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His first touchdown on the year. And the Beats are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. A 15-point game now. You make the extra point, and that means on the other side you need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. That's a pretty tall order here in the 4th quarter.
Agreed, because they really needed to come up with a stop there, and even if it was just to hold them to a field goal. Now they need to pull out the lucky horseshoe because they've got to get an onside kick, and we've seen nowadays those are incredibly difficult to come by.
And not to mention they got to get the touchdown and a 2-point conversion first.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of the 2-point try. To see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it's unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated. I just realized that I stole both of your pins in this last half of the game. My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. Well, and just in the time they went for two.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Lawrence. That pass complete to Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. He'll drop this down to Taylor, and he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Come on, dog! Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 43 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Taylor is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. 3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Lawrence toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good...
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Now Allen. And Diggs has it. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Handoff running left, Patterson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
On 1st down, going back to Patterson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To the air. Allen. Finding Knox there. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Allen now on 1st down. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Allen. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Again, Patterson. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A handoff for Patterson. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, they're going to run for it here. He will push his way down to about the 14. Make that now 3 straight 2-yard gains.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So now the Panthers down by 11, 57 seconds to go. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10. On first down, Lawrence gets this to Moore. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. To throw again on second down, Lawrence. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Again, it's Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely. So for Brooklyn, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.